Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, it's time for another installment of the Doctor Spell Prognosis. And today we're talking about the second level spell, Arcanists or Arcanist's Magic Aura, depending on how you want to say it, whether you're, I guess, British or American or what. I say Arcanist's Magic Aura. So, we're giving this spell a B+. I actually like this spell a lot. There is one particular phrase in here that makes me really like this spell a lot. So, it is a second level spell that is usable by wizards and Arcana Domain clerics. Not a lot of use by a lot of classes. So, you won't be able, as players, not a lot of parties have wizards in them, and even fewer have Arcana Domain clerics in them. So, you may not be able to take advantage of this. Oh, it's one action. It's touch. It has a verbal, somatic, and material component, which is just a small square of silk, which does not cost anything. It lasts for 24 whopping hours, which is great, and it's illusion. Okay. So, you place an illusion on a creature or object you touch, and there's some false information that gets broadcast from that creature. And the spell will define that. The target can be a willing creature or an object that isn't being carried or worn by another creature. So when you do it, you get to choose one or both of the following effects. Both. One or both. And they last for the duration. This is my favorite sentence. If you cast this spell on the same creature or object every day for 30 days, placing the same effect on it each time, the illusion lasts until it is dispelled. So when you cast it the 31st time, it lasts until it is dispelled. Well, I guess if you do it the 30th time. The 30th time you do it, it's no longer a duration of 24 hours. It's a duration of until dispelled. And it's really hard to detect this. There's no skill check or any kind of detection that you can use that I know of to figure this out. Okay, so the two effects that you can do are false aura and mask. So you can change the way the target appears to spells and magical effects such as detect magic and that detect auras. So you can make a non-magical item appear magical. So that's good. A magical item appear non-magical. That's good. So you could make a non-magical item appear non-magical permanently until it's dispelled. Or change the object's magical aura so that it appears to belong to a specific school of magic that you choose. So you could make a non-magical object appear magical, and you could say, I want it to appear to be necromantic magic, or I want it to appear to be evocation magic or transmutation magic. Now, whenever players detect that, and I'm going to say this spell is a DM's dream. This is very much in the Dungeon Master's toolbox and should be in the Dungeon Master's toolbox because there's a lot a Dungeon Master can do with this particular spell, and the way that players interact with things is very different based off of whether they detect magic or not. So you could have a non-magical object that detects as transmutation magic or necromantic magic, and players are going to really approach that very differently than if it was just a non-magical object. You can change the school of a magical object. So you could change like a potion of healing to something that radiates necromantic magic. And so that, that may appear differently to someone. So when you use this effect on an object, you can make the false magic apparent to any creature that handles them. The second use for this is to mask. So you can change the way the target appears to spells and magical effects that detect creature types, such as a paladin's divine sense, or the trigger of a symbol. So, for instance, you could use divination or augury on a symbol spell or an object, and somebody could say, is this a good idea for me to touch this? Is this going to be harmful? Is this going to be beneficial? and you can choose the creature type, and other spells and magical effects treat the target as if it were the creature of that type or that alignment. So you can mask things, or you can change the way it looks. So you could say, well, the trigger isn't really touch; it's reading it, or it doesn't radiate evil; it radiates good. That kind of thing. Or divine sense wouldn't be able to detect it. So you choose the creature type, and you choose other spells and magical effects. Oh, and other spells and magical effects treat the target as if it were a creature of that type or of that alignment. So like symbols could say humans trigger it, and you could mask that to make everybody think that elves trigger it or something like that. So that's, again, this is more of a DM's tool, but it has very much a lot of role-playing flavor to it, especially if you do this for 30 days on your own character. That way, this is more or less permanent. So your magic items could appear non-magical, and that's important when you're interacting with somebody and they might be scanning you with a detect magic. You could appear neutral instead of good, and that's important when somebody might be trying to figure out if you're good. If you're a player and you're in an evil area, then maybe you don't want to look good. Maybe you want to look neutral. That kind of thing. So, all right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.